Well. Once again, welcome to Fort City Production. Remember, Fort City Production is a production that brings the event that goes around Nakuru County. And today, tuko ndani ya Nakuru Box. What's the event? Tuko na the host hapa hivi. Atatueleza what's happening today, what's the innovation, and what's carrying on. Karibu sana.
Asante sana. All right, thank you. My name is Dennis Tianta, and I'm a business development expert. I work with entrepreneurs within Nakuru and beyond Nakuru. So today, I'm very happy to have you on board. We are running what we call the South Rift Valley Innovation Week, which is the first that we've been able to do so far. And so this is a dream for us that started as early as March or April this year, whereby we looked at the different activities that are taking place within the innovation ecosystem in the country. And I think at this point, innovation and entrepreneurship is really one of those industries that's doing very, very well right now in Kenya. And so we looked at Nakuru as a whole and thought to ourselves, what is happening? What are we doing as Nakuru? And we realized that as Nakuru, we are doing something, but we are not doing as much as we are supposed to do. We are not yet where our potential is supposed to be. And so we decided to think through and ideate on what we could do to create a vibrant innovation ecosystem within this new city of ours. And so that is when we came up with the idea of hosting an innovation week. It is something that is happening within other regions. We have been having for the last several years the Kenya Innovation Week, Nairobi Innovation Week. We've been able to see the Lake Basin Innovation Week taking place. We've been able to see one for the Mount Kenya region, as well as one for the coastal region. So we said, this, for us, this is our time, and this is how we're going to do it. So the reason as to why we are doing it, at the foundation of it all is being able to build a vibrant innovation ecosystem. And for us, this is how we were measuring it. We decided to let's look at the startups that we have in Nakuru and the innovations that we have. And we realized that when we were counting those innovations, they were not even getting to 10 that are really well known. Beyond the Wasilis, beyond the, what's this other for food delivery? But when you're looking at the famous one, I think Wasili really stands at the top of it for Nakuru. But we have room for a lot. When you go to Nairobi, it's really different. When you think about startups, you're seeing hundreds of them. You're seeing them doing really big things, raising lots of funds. And so for us, the question is, why not Nakuru? And so this is why we are doing it. Then we also decided to look at beyond, as you're trying to build up this innovation ecosystem, what are some of the challenges that exist within the ecosystem? And so we realized there are a number of them. Number one being we do not have a good connection between the different players that exist within the ecosystem. So for a vibrant and a good ecosystem to exist, we need a number of players. Number one, we need the innovator themselves. Number two, apart from the innovator, we need organizations that support these innovators. And so some of these organizations include research institutions and educational institutions. That is why here today we have COILIB, which represents Egerton University. Yes. Then apart from that, we are looking at the county government, which is a regulator and an influencer of policy. We have players who help with building policies, and I think through the session that we've had today, we've been able to have a lawyer in place, which technically they're the backbone of policy makers within the country. Yes, so we want to bring all these people together, and we're also looking at people who are the users of the innovation at the end of the day. Okay. The users of the innovation are a key part of it, because when you look at entrepreneurship, yes, we have a high rate of failure within the entrepreneurship ecosystem. And when you look at some of these businesses, one of the biggest causes of the failure is because people end up making products that nobody needs. Okay. So right from the word go, as we are trying to promote innovation and people building solutions, we want them to build them right. We want them to be in the same room with everyone who is part of the ecosystem and do it right from the word go. So that is the reason why we are doing what we're doing here today.
That's a good reason, and that's a good, genuine reason. Now, is it something that is going to happen only today or maybe tomorrow? How many days are you?
All right. So, as the word says, it's the South Rift Valley Innovation Week.
Yes.
So, for the Innovation Week, we are doing it in different ways. It's not just one way. So, we'll have 3 aspects of the Innovation Week.
Yes.
The first one is a hackathon. So, I know for people who are not within the IT sector, a hackathon might be a new word for them.
Exactly.
But technically, in layman's language, a hackathon is an activity where you present challenges that exist within the market. Then you have innovators doing sprints in coming up with ideas and solutions towards those problems that exist. And so for us, the first part of the Innovation Week starts with the hackathon, which we're able to launch on Monday. And so we were having about over 150 young innovators working on the problems that we are looking at. So for the Innovation Week, we are concentrating on 4 major areas within the city. And I think I haven't even mentioned the theme for the Innovation Week yet. So when we were thinking about building this vibrant ecosystem, we decided to look at a theme that would work very well for the context that we are in. And so one of the things that is most notable about Nakuru at this moment is the fact that we are the youngest city, I think not only in Kenya, but could be the youngest city as well as in the whole of Africa. And so as the Swahili say, samaki mkunje angali mbichi. So due to that, we decided let's take advantage of this. And so our theme for this year's Innovation Week is innovating towards a smart city. And so we asked ourselves, for us to have a city that is referred to as a smart city, what is it that we need? So we need a city that functions well and functions in a smart way. So we decided, let's pick up a few areas that we will focus on and then work on those areas to ensure that this city becomes a smart city. So we decided to pick up on 4 areas that we are focusing on this year. The first one being manufacturing, second being agriculture, the third being transport, and the last being tourism. So the basis behind these areas, we decided to look at what is Nakuru well known for. What are the activities that are really taking place within this city of ours? And so when you're looking at manufacturing, we're really big on manufacturing. Our industrial area is full of companies that are doing great things. You're looking at companies such as Menengai, Akinabedi, the Spinits, all of them doing very, very big things and being very recognizable within the country. Then when you're looking at agriculture, right from the word go, I think Nakuru is very well known as an agricultural zone, with us being part of the largest producers of potatoes from areas such as Mount Narok, Molo, then the other part, you're looking at transport. I think transport is a key part of the day-to-day lives of people within the city. And so we decided if we work on the transport ecosystem, then surely we will be able to touch on the day-to-day lives of the people living within the city. Lastly, but not least, the tourism sector. I mean, as a city, our logo is a flamingo, and that is a symbol that Nakuru is well known about. And so we are big on tourism as well, and so we decided to have it as part of the areas of focus for this Innovation Week. Yes, so back to the hackathon thing. So when you're looking at the hackathon, we decided let's pick these 4 areas that we have. Let's talk to the players within these areas, and let's identify the problems that exist within these areas, and help young people build solutions for these players within that industry. And so right from manufacturing, we were able to work with some of the players within the manufacturing ecosystem, spoke to them, and we identified a problem that they had. And for them, one of the biggest issues that they have that innovation could solve for them was the issue of sourcing, number one. A lot of the raw materials being used for production here in Nakuru are actually not sourced within the country. So there are a number of players who have to source these raw materials outside the country. And so when it comes to sourcing, we're looking at how are they able to communicate with these people who they are sourcing from. At the end of the day, they have the budgets for the raw materials. Unfortunately, it's been a tough year for business. So money has been something that has been quite limiting within the business ecosystem. And so as they're doing this thing, this has been one of those very interesting years. We've really seen a lot of activity.